Hello, my name is Mike Johnson. I'm taking you on an inside and outside video tour of this 2016 Thor ACE 29.3 motorhome with the outside kitchen and a full wall slide. Now this one is in excellent condition, and part of the reason it's in excellent condition is the owner took pretty good care of it, but another reason is we just did a major service on this and detail. So it's got a lot of new stuff that I'm going to show you as I'm going around with the video. So if you're looking for a like brand new motorhome, this is a good candidate. Now I'm going to take my time. I'm going to show you a lot of things in this video. If you want, you can fast forward. Right here we're going to start. This has a full wall slide. It's a 29 footer with a full wall slide. There's other 29 footers that have less of a full wall slide. This one is all the way down through the bedroom, full wall slide out. From tail to the driver's window is a slide out. It really opens up the motorhome inside. And up on the back you have a backup camera, but you also have side view cameras. And this floor plan, it has an outside kitchen with an outside refrigerator. So you got a regular RV refrigerator inside, and you got a drink refrigerator, and it's nice and cold right now. It's cold in the refrigerator, so you can put your cool drinks in there and refrigerate them, so it's good to go. You've got a stainless steel outside faucet and sink area, and you have a gas grill barbecue connection point. This coach has all LED lighting. As I'm going through on my video, I'm going to show you things about how to use it at the same time. So if you end up buying this motorhome or one just like it, you're going to know how to use your motorhome. Right here next to the outside kitchen is the gravity fill for the fresh water tank. So you literally can pull it up in front of your house when you're ready to go camping, pull the garden hose out to the curb, and pour water right in the gravity fill and fill up the fresh water tank before you start your trip, so that your restroom and everything, your faucets and all, that all will work. We're going to take a look at the cargo compartments. In here, this is your electrical room. You've got two very good recently replaced house batteries, and this is a brand new hydraulic leveling jack power unit that we put in. It's a $2,000 power unit. We replaced it. It wasn't bad before, but there was circumstances that we had to replace it. We put a brand new one in here. A brand new hydraulic leveling jack control unit, power unit. That even has warranty on it. This is a speaker. You have an outside stereo system, so it has a Bluetooth outside entertainment system. You got a nice big cargo storage area. Now this is the Thor ACE. You see that? ACE. So what does ACE stand for? The E stands for evolution. So the ACE model is supposed to be the evolution between the Class A and the Class C. Now the C, I'm going to show you a picture here, has a van front end. A lot of people think, oh, that looks easy to drive because it's like a car in the front. No, they're not. They're harder to drive than this. This is one of the easiest to drive Class A motorhomes you'll find on the market, because it's only 29 feet, so it's not that long, and because of the big 19.5 tire and wheel diameter, the wheels are 19.5 inches diameter. The front wheel cut, when you turn the steering wheel, they have a very sharp cut angle, which makes small U-turns. So you can turn circles inside of a 29-foot C-Class. So if you need to go around a sharp corner like this, in the C-Class, you're going to be going forward, backward, forward, backward, and then you can make your turn. This one can just make in one shot, make a U-turn. That's what that's about. And also because it's an A-Class, you've got these big towing mirrors up on the side, and this one has side view cameras. All of the side view cameras have crystal clear visibility out the cameras, And you've got the wide convex power aiming heated towing mirrors. So you can see with your side view cameras and your mirrors what's on the side. Notice you have a straight view down the side. On the C-Class, you have a big bulge, so the mirrors have to be on long extensions to see around the side of the motorhome. But if you're in a tight spot, you can literally open the window and stick your head out and look straight down, and you can see the tires. You can't do that in an A-Class, in a C-Class motorhome. The A-Class, easiest one to drive. Now they look big, but they're not. This is not that big. This is only a little bit longer than a Mercedes-Benz 24-footer. This is a 29-footer. Plus a lot more room inside. This one has an outside television, and notice we're picking up TV channels right here in the middle of the parking lot, digital HD channels. It has digital tuners on the TVs, so you can pick up, right now it's showing we're picking up to 154 channels in our area. Now we're in the patio area. Over the patio is a power awning, and this one has brand new fabric. We replaced the fabric in it, brand new fabric, and we also replaced it with a brand new LED light strip. On the original factory version, the LED light strip was in the roller, and the problem is when you roll them in wet, that messes up the LED lights and they don't look good after a couple years. But up here, this is in a sheltered from the rain position, so the LED light strip should last much longer. And then you have an LED patio light. And the ACE even gives you a window over the driver's entry door. Now this power awning has a little push tab, and you can make it higher or lower. If you push the little tab on the awning, then when the awning is more retracted, then the awning height will come down about 4 or 5 feet lower. Gives you more shade when you're in the sunny side. All the compartments, they have little lights in them. This is your propane tank. You have a giant onboard propane tank for cooking and hot water, and for your interior refrigerator uses propane. So you fill it up with propane, you fill it up with water, and you can go dry camp in the middle of the desert if you want. There's two types of camping that people do. Primitive camping in the middle of, or they call it primitive or boondock, or dry camping where there's no hookups. If you're pretty adventurous and experienced, you can do the dry camping, no problem. But if you're new to RVing, you want to start with a full hookup campgrounds. And I'm going to point out, I have an app on my phone. I'm going to show you a screenshot. The Good Sam app is a must-have if you're going to. It's a free app. There's no in-app purchases unless you want to rent a campground. But if you're going to go camping somewhere, you look on the Good Sam app, and you can select the campground, and then you can even see the ratings of the campground if it's good or bad. 19.5-inch tires. All the tires are good, and the outside of this RV is reflectively glossy and shiny outside. We did polish it with a buffer, so make sure it looks good, so when you're spending your money, you'll feel like you get value for it. This, I'm not sure which sports team that is, but that will come off. It has LED eyebrow lights, the high quality headlamps, and again, side view cameras. Because the slide is out, this is what you see when you're driving a C-Class. You just see the side of the RV, so they have to put the mirrors on long telescopic extensions. So on the full wall slide out, we put on a brand new slide topper fabric awning over the top. We replaced the fabric, the old cracked and brittle fabric. This is brand new, freshly serviced. Let's take a close look at it. Also, while we're looking up on the roof, you notice you have the weatherproof vent covers over all the vents. When we go inside, we're going to take a look at the vent covers from the inside. And then as we come around to the back, you have a center rear fuel position. So if you go to the gas station, you can fill from the left side or the right side or from the rear. Now down under the bumper here, we have an 8,000 pound trailer hitch. Now most Class A motorhomes only have a 5,000 pound hitch, but this is an 8,000 pound hitch. Right there is your label. In a little bit I'm going to take a closer look at the label, and I'm going to walk you around and show you underneath. Look at the leveling jacks and stuff like that. But for right now, I don't want the video to get too long, so we're going to go ahead and go inside the 29.3 Thor ACE. So as we go in the 29.3 motorhome Thor ACE, you notice the upholstery is like brand new condition because we did redo it. It's perfect condition upholstery, including the front seats, the sofa, and the dinette. And then as we move on to the bedroom, you have a queen size bed. This is a full wall slide, so it opens up all the way. You have a big bedroom TV, walk around queen bed. Now in these shorter motorhomes, it's a little bit harder to find a walk around bed. A lot of them only have a bed stuffed in one side and then the bathroom stuffed in the other side, but this one has got a full restroom here and shower. I have the bunk bed ladders stashed in there. This is a bunk bed model. It has an absorption style refrigerator inside, and it's got that drink refrigerator outside. So you have double the capacity for refrigeration. Now there's an inverter in this coach, so you can power the outside refrigerator without using the generator. This inverter is a nice big inverter, and it powers the TVs and some of the outlets and the outside refrigerator, so you can plug in your gizmos even without running the generator. To run the air conditioning on the roof, you do need the generator running. Now this is a bunk model with bunk bed in the front. Right now, let's take a look at the odometer. We'll show the bunk in a minute. The bunk's over the front seats. It has 15,829 miles on the odometer. We're gonna go for a minute. We're gonna take a test drive, and we're gonna come back, look at the bunk bed and stuff like that. I'm gonna start by showing you when I turn on the left turn signal. It has side view camera, that's the left side view. When I turn on the right turn signal, it has a right side view. And if I put it in reverse, it has a rear view camera. I'll show you that when we test drive it. Right now it's up on the leveling jacks. I'm gonna show you the jack control pad right here. It's fully automatic leveling, so when you turn the jacks on to level, you can just hit the auto button and it'll auto level the coach. Now it's blinking green right now because it is level. If one direction is low, it'll turn on one of the LEDs on the diamond to show which sides are low. I personally like to use semi-auto leveling, which is where you use the manual button. And just to give a quick demonstration with my hand, you raise the high side till the jacks are touching the ground, then you raise the low side and hold the button down, it'll automatically stop. That's the fastest, easiest way to level with this auto leveling system. But if you really need to, you can use the auto button. On a short motorhome, it's not a big deal, but on the longer motorhomes, when you use auto, it tends to lift the front tires off the ground. And when you do left to right only auto leveling, which is a semi-auto leveling, it doesn't lift the tires up high off the ground, which is a little better. Down in the front, we have a USB port and a HDMI port. That's for screen mirroring. So if you have navigation on your phone, you can plug it into the port and your screen will mirror onto the dash radio. So right now we're going to go on a quick test drive. So we're going for a little test drive here with the Thor ACE. I'm going to give you a demonstration of how easy it is to drive. Go straight with my hand off the steering wheel and the other hand holding the camera. Go straight, but it's super easy, as I was saying, to drive. On the left I have my mirror, side view camera, because I have the turn signal on, and I got my right mirrors. So I'm going to make a left here. As I turn left, there's nothing hard about it. This is only 29 foot long, so we're going to do some U-turn maneuvering practice. I'm watching the curb as I turn. I'm going to hug the curb. I can see it in the lower wide convex mirror, how close I am to the curb. And then let's do some U-turns in the parking lot, see what it can do. So max lock U-turn. In less than the diameter of the parking space, I was able to make a U-turn. So we're going to loop around. You can see our reflection over there in the mirror. Now we're going to do some backwards driving using the backup camera and the mirrors. I put it in reverse. I got my mirrors over here. I got my backup camera. Watching my mirrors over there, watching my backup camera. There, we're parked. We can zigzag through the parking lot from one parking space to another. Now, in any size RV, I do recommend using 4 parking spaces like so, but don't park too close to the front door, because then people might get upset and it's harder to find 4 parking spaces. Because if you park in 4 parking spaces, it makes it easy to get in and out, and if you need to open the slide out, you can. Super easy to drive. So now that we've done the little test drive, take another look at the front seats. These are two-tone ultra leather interior. Now when we did this, we used a marine grade vinyl, the same type of material you would use in boat seats. So this material that we put in should hold up a lot better than the factory stuff. It feels nice and strong, and if you jump in with a wet swimsuit, you won't mess it up. But if you forget to close your shades, you should always close your shades, but if you forget, this is very sun resistant material. Now, to use the electric drop down bunk, there is a control pad right here with a key, and with the key in it, it's attached to little magnets here. You unmagnetize it and then you hit the lower button, and it works really good. This Thor ACE, you can actually drive with the bed in the down position. Most of the motorhomes with an electric front bunk, you cannot, but the Ace, because it's the evolution between Class A and Class C, you can. And then you have a front bunk up here. You have storage up there. You can stuff your pillows up in those compartments for the little ones. You could stuff your sheets up here if you needed to. But let's see if I fit in the driver's seat with the bed. I do. I still fit. I have a little bit of clearance. If you're too tall, you're not gonna fit. But I can pass my hand above my head and I'm sitting in the seat. So if you had to, yes, you could drive in the front. But if you go over a bump, like a speed bump, you might bump your head. So it's gonna be more comfortable to drive with the seat in the up position. Let's raise it up. I have not bought a Thor ACE yet that this front bunk did not work. In other makes and models of motorhomes, the other types of bunks I've had problems with, but not on the ACE. They use these linear actuators, just like the electric bed you might buy for your bedroom, and they seem to work really well. And then you just push it up and it catches those super magnets, and those have an extra support for the back. Works really good. So the slide is open. This is a jackknife sofa. So the jackknife sofa means you lift it up. So it's a jackknife sofa, jackknifes into a position, and then you can sleep here. This is a super stable dinette here. It's very sturdy. It's got the double pole for support, and there's also a table that goes between the front seats. Now that little round table is stuffed in the back compartment there, so it's not in right now, but it is present. Here's the owner's books and manual. They can go right up here. And you did see we are in the middle of the parking lot. And we got good TV picture. Unless somebody drives past, but we have very good digital HD picture showing up right now. There's 2 seatbelts in the dinette, and like I said, we redid the dinette. This is brand new upholstery, just like the front seats. If you buy a motorhome and you have to reupholster it, you could easily spend $10,000 if you did it yourself. So having all these improvements should really help you out to enjoy your motorhome. You just pay, sign, and drive, and you can go out to the campground and you should be able to enjoy it right away. You also have a microwave oven in here, 3-burner gas cooktop. Everybody asked to see the burner, so let's light it, make sure it works. All 3 burners are operational. And you have a propane oven. For some campers, this is a big deal, especially if you do dry camping, aka primitive camping, because if you roll up at the campground next to some tents at 10 o'clock at night and you haven't eaten dinner yet because you just drove through a time zone or 2 and the time changed, you thought it'd be 8 but now it's 10. Well, no, they can't. They don't want you running your generator in a lot of primitive campgrounds after 8 p.m. So if you need to cook, you've got the burner cooktop and you've got the propane oven. You can fire that up. There's a lot of storage, and there's a desk seating area in the master bedroom. You've got the queen bed. You've got storage behind the TV. We are running the air conditioner. All the air conditioners blow ice cold. They're on right now. And all the water is fully operational. We did test the water system and the water heater. It's all operational. Now, about those weatherproof vent covers. On the front, I put these translucent see-through vent covers. I'm going to show you a picture of one. You can see through them, so they still let light in like a skylight. But over the bedroom, we put the black plastic one. They all look black, really. But you have a weather-proof vent cover over the bedroom and a 3-speed quiet fan here, and then you have another 3-speed quiet fan over here. These are nice fans. If you're primitive camping and it's not too hot and you don't need to run the air conditioner, you just open your vent cover and you hit the button and the quiet fan runs. That's high. There's 4 speeds, and that's low. On low or medium, it's very, very quiet. You can't even hear it running. It blows the heat right out. Keeps your coach nice and comfortable. For primitive camping, you don't need to run a generator to run these fans. Or even in a standard campground, you just let the fresh breeze, ocean breeze, the lakeside breeze, or the mountaintop breeze blow through your coach. You know, every time you go up in altitude, it's a lot cooler. So if you're sitting at home in a suffering hot big city, when you go up in the mountains, it's much cooler normally at a higher altitude. So for the summer, you guys go up in the mountains and it's cooler. You might not need the AC at night. Might get down to like 50 or 60 at night in the summer. So this is the AC control, the heater, and interior light switch. We have a pocket door for privacy in the restroom. And we added a stainless steel plate here to back this up. And it's the area where it hits. The drawers and storage, there's a lot of storage in here because you have a full wall slide out. The slide outs give you more storage and more interior space. So how much interior space do we have with the slide closed? Let's find that out. We're going to close the slide right now. It's a full wall slide. The switches are on the control panel over here. And we'll show you what we have. We have the slide extend retract. The black tank heater, that's only for heavy winter conditions to keep your valves from freezing. Your water pump on or off, so if you need to use a toilet when you're driving or take a shower when you're not connect to a full hookup campground, you turn your water pump on. And you have a propane water heater and a 110 volt water heater. So with dual water heater capability, the 110 volt on the water heater heats it up like a coffee maker. Gets hot pretty fast and it's pretty powerful, but you also have the propane water heater. If you're primitive camping without the generator or without plugged in, you need to use a propane water heater. But if you are using the generator or plugged in, you can also use the 110, and that gives you quick recovery. So because at a full hookup campground, when you're hooked up to water, sewer, and electrical, you can take nice long showers just like you can in the house, and then you have a good heat source here. So let's retract the slide out. Oh, before I do, how many hours on the generator? Generator only has 31.7 hours. The generator has almost been not used at all. Now I still have this sofa in the jackknife position, but I'm gonna go ahead and retract it here and see how it looks. See if we can still get by even if it's in the retracted position. Because maybe you got somebody who wants to just put a couple pillows, lay on the sofa while they're watching the TV over here. Slide is going in nice and smooth. No glitches. And when it goes all the way in, you let go. Now in the sleep position, it's a little bit narrow, but if it was in the normal position, you could get right through. And yes, you can get into the restroom, you can use the toilet, and you can get in the bed. Because of the configuration, you can use the bed even if you had the slide closed. So if you have this RV parked at your house between the side wall and the house and you have limited space, when family members come over, you can let them sleep in the RV. You have an extra bedroom at your house if you have, even if the slide is closed, which is pretty cool. And they can bring their kids too. Their kids could sleep in the RV. So use it as a guest house when you're home, and use it as an RV when you're away. Another thing I forgot to point out in the front here is a flip over desk seating area. It's got power points, 110 volt and 12 volt power in there. So we're taking a look at the roof. It's been cleaned and resealed. A roof on an RV you need to check every year before the rainy season. They have something on top that they use called lap sealant, and this has been resealed, and we installed these weatherproof vent covers as well. We replaced the awning fabrics, including here's your main awning fabric. It's brand new, and on the opposite side the slide topper awning has been replaced, the fabric. And there's a translucent vent cover so light can still come into the restroom, but this protects the lids on the vents from being torn off by the windstorms, or in rainy conditions you can leave the vents open and the water can't come in, snow can't come in, wasps and other things can't get in there and make dirt. A translucent vent cover over the front vent as well, and then we see the front cap seal. It's been resealed, and look how clean the roof is. That's because we cleaned the roof. Some of the roofs on some RVs don't look so good. Even the front cap is nice and polished and shiny reflective surface. So I promised earlier I'll take a closer look at the label on the towing hitch. We're going to stick the camera down. So as we go look under the RV, you see this has an 8,000 pound trailer hitch. As you read the label here, it's rated to tow an 8,000 pound trailer. You have an 80 gallon gasoline fuel tank underneath. Hydraulic leveling jacks, nothing's leaking. That's your gas port to connect an exterior barbecue. Shock absorbers are the Bilstein shocks, and your tires have nice thick tread. Tires are in good condition, and if you see, there's little valve stem extenders so you can check your tire pressures without having to use special tools. Bring a tire gauge with you. Most critical thing is to check your tire pressures when you're traveling. Underneath, there's no rust, no corrosion. This is a California coach. It's not all rusty and corroded from the salt spray that they used to melt snows in the wintertime. So it looks really good underneath. No leaks, no drips, no seeps. That's under your engine. It's nice and clean. It's not clean because we cleaned it. It's cleaned like it stayed that way since new. Looks really good under there. We don't find any problems. Everything is tight and secured. You have a lot of tread on your tires. When you check your tires, you check between the treads to see if there's any cracking going on. We didn't find any. As you can see right there, that's your drive shaft and emission controls. Catalytic converter is in place. This vehicle has already passed a smog check. Another look at the tire treads close up for you in full HD, and valve stem extenders. There we're checking between the treads to make sure there's no cracking in the treads. The tires are all in good condition. The generator's running. So my name is Mike Johnson, and I want to thank you for watching the video of my Thor ACE 29.3. Go to my website. This is the website on the license plate frame here. The website is mybestcar.com. We are a dealer here in California, and if you decide to buy the vehicle, you write the check to the owner of a buyer's choice. My name is Mike Johnson. I always try to keep RVs in stock. To buy this motorhome or something that I have available now, go to the website, and you can even give me a call and ask me questions direct at my website or on my phone, 951-681-2101. Thank you for watching.